Good day, everyone. Today's 10 interesting facts is on Benjamin Sisko. He is one of my favorite captains, and from one of my favorite TV shows, Deep Space Nine. What's your favorite Trek show? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's get into this. Number 1. Benjamin Lafayette Sisko was born in 2332 at New Orleans, Earth, to Joseph and Sarah Sisko. He has a half-sister named Judith and at least 2 half-brothers. He is the father of Jake Sisko and of an unborn child when the series ends in Season 7. Number 2. Sarah had been possessed by a prophet, a non-linear alien species which lived in the undiscovered Bajoran wormhole. In order to ensure the birth of Benjamin, who would later become the emissary of the prophets. A year later, the prophet returned control of Sarah's body, and she soon left her son and husband. Joseph soon remarried, and his new wife raised Benjamin as her own. Number 3. During his childhood, Sisko and his siblings were taught to cook by their father, who believed that replicated food was lacking. Joseph owned his own restaurant, Sisko's Creole Kitchen, where his children worked in the summers. Joseph called his children his test tasters, and insisted that they eat dinner together all the time. Number 4. Sisko joined Starfleet Academy in 2350, where he studied to be an engineer. During his first week there, he became homesick, to where he would beam back home to New Orleans every night for dinner with his family, but he eventually got over his homesickness. During his sophomore year, he performed his field study at Starbase 137. He later considered it to be one of the best experiences of his life. Sisko also became the captain of his Academy wrestling team in 2351. Number 5. After graduation in 2354, while waiting for his first assignment, Benjamin met a woman named Jennifer at Gilgo Beach. As the year pressed on, the two fell in love, were married, and moved to Benjamin's new posting in New Berlin. Number 6. Sisko later served on the USS Okinawa during the Zenith War. At the time, he was more interested in engineering and ship design than command. However, Captain Layton noticed potential in young Sisko and promoted him to lieutenant commander, making him one of the ship's executive officers. Number 7. Sisko later transferred to the USS Saratoga, where he also served as the first officer. Both Jennifer and Jake lived with him aboard the vessel. Number 8. In early 2367, the ship was operating close to Earth and was called to join a fleet at Wolf 359 to defend the Sol system from a Borg attack. The Borg damaged the Saratoga, forcing the crew to abandon ship. Sisko found his son and wife, but his wife had been killed in the attack. He was forced to leave her as the ship suffered a warp core breach. As late as 2369, Sisko blamed Jennifer's death on Jean-Luc Picard, who had been assimilated by the Borg as Locutus of Borg, and had carried out the massacre at Wolf 359. Number 9. Sisko enjoyed cooking instead of just using the food replicator, thanks to his father. He also played the piano and had an excellent singing voice. He played chess and poker, but he wasn't really good at bluffing. Sisko was a huge fan of baseball. Sisko's most ambitious pastime was the construction of an ancient Bajoran light ship replica. Sisko built the ship from scratch using only materials available to the ancient Bajorans, with the exception of artificial gravity. Another of Sisko's interests was history. He collected models of old Starfleet starships and African ancient art. He was very knowledgeable about 21st century history. Number 10. Sisko was introduced to Cassidy Yates in 2371 by his son. The two began dating after they discovered a shared interest in baseball. Yates later began smuggling supplies to the Maquis, and Sisko was forced to arrest her in 2372. After Yates served her sentence, she returned to Deep Space Nine a year later, and the two resumed their relationship. The two were engaged in 2375. Shortly after they got married, Cassidy became pregnant. After being taken by the prophets to the celestial temple, Sisko appeared to Cassidy in a vision, telling her that he would someday return and that he loved her. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know who you would like me to do a video on in the comment section. Take care and have a great day.